Hello, welcome back. This is Hexen 1913.
Ghosty Films.
And
we are talking about centaurs and what we like or dislike about them.
Oh, I was gonna say we're Let's Playing Hexen, but alright.
Yeah, we're doing both. We're multitasking.
Yeah, we are doing both.
You know, one thing about centaurs that has always bugged me is like they have the chest of a man, yet they also have the chest of a horse or a lion in this case. And so, which leads me to the next question, is how many hearts and how many sets of lungs does a centaur have? How many stomachs does a centaur have? It's almost like in order to be a centaur, you have to have 2 digestive tracts and 2 circulatory tracts. And that just blows my mind.
Dan, I think that centaurs have 1 digestive tract and 1 heart. I think the heart is in the human part.
Yeah.
And then the digestive tract is just longer and then leads to the horse part, or the lion part. Because they only have 1 set of rectums, man. You can't have 2.
So what fills up the space that,
All kinds of other shit, man. Obviously their heart is probably a little bigger, because it's got to, you know, be bigger for mass and shit. And then you got, like, lungs.
But their lungs would also have to be bigger, so...
Yeah, so it would just be bigger and it'd compensate the size of their weird-ass body. That's what I think, Dan. I personally think it... But they, you know, to be fair, they do have the... Any which way, Dan, they have the sex organs of a horse. That's really all...
Yeah, once you have the schlong of a horse, I mean, a human genitals are just irrelevant.
Yeah, it's like, who cares if they got 2 hearts or 6 lungs or whatever? They got 1 giant dong or a JJ or whatever.
Yep.
Horse junk.
He's a poison.
Nice. Kind of like Hitler.
Oh shit! I don't want to go too far into this hallway.
Anyways, Dan, I want to go back to a subject. All right.
Okay.
That we were talking about in the last episode about being a little bit emotional. Okay.
Okay.
There's this movie. I've talked about this in other LPs that I've done, but it's called The Illusionist. All right. It's about a man. It's a French movie. Let me put that out there right away. All right. It's a French movie, but it's not like a French movie in the fact that it just basically takes place in Scotland. All right, and it's an animated movie about a man who is an illusionist, a magic guy, and he's in a dying profession.
Yeah.
And so he ends up getting this job in Scotland, where this one girl he meets, who quote-unquote changes his life forever.
Oops. Now,
the reason why I love this movie, and I think it's very emotional for me, is because there's no dialogue. There's barely any dialogue in the movie. But yet they get across all these emotions that these 2 people have and shit. And I'm just like, you know what? That is some amazing shit. And it's really... And you know what? If it wasn't for the music in that movie, I don't know how well it would do, but totally, Dan. It's amazing, and it really got me. Like at the end of the movie, there's this whole montage of like the illusionist. He kind of, spoiler alert, he kind of like gives up, like because the girl believes that he can do magic, and he's trying to tell her that he can't do magic. And so like he keeps trying to like make this like illusion of her, you know, doing shit, and like. It's kind of like a father-daughter kind of thing, and just in the end, there's this montage of him finally like giving up. He's like, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I don't have any money, and he just kind of like leaves her, but she's like better off because she's got like a boyfriend or whatever at the time. And the music that just plays over that as this whole scene happens and shit, it's just really, really amazing.
Kind of reminds me of something else I saw where there was like no dialogue, and yet somebody else managed to make like something very emotional and expressive.
Yeah, it's like, it really is, you know, you don't always need dialogue in a movie or anything like that just to have like emotions. Like seriously, if the music wasn't like that, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be as impactful as it was. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that and emotions and stuff, you know, how we were talking about. You know, you were crying about, or you were getting a little teared up with
oh, I was bawling my eyes out
with The Incredibles.
Yeah, I used up an entire tissue box that day.
Well, Well, Dan, I mean, come on, you can't help but like be like, yo, this mother wants to save her family.
Yeah.
Her 2 children, if anything. And she couldn't do it.
Yep.
I can't believe we're actually talking about something serious. It's amazing.
Well.
Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you have to have an eclipse, right?
Sometimes you have to transition between itchy buttholes and 3D characters and emotional characters from movies with no dialogue.
Yeah, I know. And they made another movie. This one French guy, he made another movie.
I love that killed him without any problems.
This French guy made another movie called The Triplets of Bavelle, which also had hardly any dialogue in it, and I think The Illusionist was way better, although Triplets of Bavelle won an Oscar. I think The Illusionist should have won an Oscar, but what are you gonna do?
So apparently they had elevators in medieval times. Medieval, alternate dimension times.
Medieval times! Dan, did you ever see that movie? The Cable Guy?
No.
Now, a lot of people don't like that movie because it quote-unquote almost killed...
Larry the Cable Guy's career?
No, it almost killed Jim Carrey's career.
Oh.
Jim Carrey was the cable guy, and Matthew Broderick was the guy... He was a cable guy who was really lonely.
There's my weapon that I've been looking for this whole time.
He was this cable guy, and he was really lonely, and he wanted a friend, and he tried to make a friend by giving people free cable and junk. Anyways, he was kind of creepy, kind of like Thomas Stout 25, but not as creepy. Yeah. Anyways, look at that, you got like the fucking thing of Raw now, look at you.
Yeah, it looks like it's from Egypt.
Oh, now you got like a gun, you might as well just call it Doom 2. Does it use up your magic? Let me ask you that.
Yeah.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Okay, then maybe it's not. Well, no, it kind of is, because your magic's like bullets. I get you. But anyways, Dan, what was I talking about? Oh, the cable guy. In that movie, they went to this place called Medieval Times. Have you ever been there? No. It's like a restaurant slash. It's a restaurant basically where they have nights where you sit around this arena and they have the night and they have like a story about these nights and all this shit. It's very cool. And you eat like at Medieval.
You drink out of a goblet?
You do, Dan. You do drink out of a goblet. And the food was very good. It's very expensive, but the reason being is because of all the entertainment that they give you. How are you supposed to beat that guy? You gotta switch back to your weapon, right, Dan?
Yeah.
Your other weapon. So what are the other weapons? Ah, damn, you got shot. So what are the other weapons that the other people get?
The barbarian starts off with his fists, and then his upgrade is like a glowing axe, and then he gets a hammer, and
Does anyone get a sword in this game?
Yeah, the barbarian gets a sword.
And what's the warlock at?
The warlock starts off with this little pea shooter wand, and then he gets like this
Skippy head, right?
Yeah, then he gets like he gets this like spell book where he shoots ice and he turns people into ice and they freeze into a big block of ice.
And then you hit them and then they blow up.
Yep. And then after that he gets this other spell where he can electrify people with lightning.
Yeah.
Then at the end he gets some kind of fire flame wand or something like that. I forget what this guy is. I forget what this guy, I don't remember what his second weapon is.
Isn't it that?
Oh yeah, I mean his third weapon I forget. But his final weapon is like a wand that shoots ghosts out. And I love it. Wait, I don't know what I'm doing.
No, you don't.
What the hell?
So anyways, in that movie, Cable Guy, just to quickly go back, they were in medieval times, this restaurant, where they eat meat, obviously. They eat chicken, I think it was. Then they drank Pepsi because that was in medieval times. And then they ended up, because the Cable Guy gave all the knights free cable, they let him on the arena. They were fighting and it was really funny.
Nice.
I actually like the Cable Guy, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I must have to hit the other switch.
I think it's one of the first movies Ben Stiller ever directed and wrote, and it was pretty good.
Huh. But why did it ruin Jim Carrey's
It almost
career?
ruined Jim Carrey's career because supposedly it was a bomb and no one liked it.
Huh.
You know how sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
People are like, I don't like it. So Dan, let's talk about something that you like a lot.
What?
Aliens.
Actually, I don't. Well, the Aliens movie series I like, but I don't like those you know, white aliens with the black almond eyes. Those things scare the crap out of me.
White aliens or green aliens?
White ones. You know,
white aliens? I thought they were all green or something.
no, they're not green. They're like they have this nasty.
They're green with the white eyes, like, and then
they're not
like
green, Pete.
the big oval head, like E.T., but not E.T.
Yeah, but they're not green.
I thought they were always green. The ones that probed us, right?
Yeah, the ones that probe us have like white skin.
Oh, see, I always thought it was green.
Unless there's like some kind of race of alien butthole probing aliens that I never knew about.
Well, Dan, I wasn't even going to talk about Alien. I was going to talk about that movie Prometheus that's going to be coming out soon.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to see that movie.
Yeah, I heard that you like that series, the series Alien. So
you know, I love the first 3, but Alien Resurrection was the dumbest movie I've ever seen in my life, probably.
Was that the one with Winona Ryder?
Yes.
Oh,
and
but she's pretty, isn't she?
And you know, if I didn't love the first 3 movies as much as I do, like that movie, you know, it wouldn't have been as disappointing because it would be, oh, it's just another stupid movie. But I love the first 3 movies, and having them be followed by a movie of such, I can't even think of a word to describe how stupid that movie was. Like that made it just so much more of a letdown.
But it had Winona Ryder, right?
I don't give a damn about Winona Ryder. That movie was fucking stupid.
Yeah, but it had Sigourney Weaver too, right?
Yeah, and I feel sad. Like I don't even like. I think I like Sigourney Weaver a little bit less, but I still respect her for the first 3.
Mm-hmm.
But Alien Resurrection, dumbest movie I have ever seen, and maybe that's just because it ruined the Alien franchise and I don't know if it set it up to, be followed by movies by other horrible directors, but then you got after that Alien vs Predator. And then Aliens vs. Predator 2, I didn't even go to see because I refused to see Aliens after, after Alien Resurrection. I was like, you know what, this franchise is dead. I'm not even gonna bother seeing another Alien movie. But this Alien Prometheus movie, it's being made by the guy who made the first one, so I think it has a chance.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be good. I've never even seen the Alien movie yet.
Oh, it's a good movie.
But I'm gonna go see this just because Michael Fassbender.
You got Alien, which is...
And Michael Fassbender is supposed to be the cyborg android guy, right? Or some shit like that?
Yeah.
And what is he all about? He's the guy who finds aliens or something?
I guess so. I'm not really sure.
No, because weren't you talking at the Memorial Day thingy that he was one of the dudes who found... like, something or other? And they, like, mention him a bunch in the first movie or something like that? You know, you don't
I don't think they mention him.
Oh, I thought you were saying something about how they mentioned him or something like that.
Well, they mention like Mr. Wayland, who is the guy who runs the company that built the androids. But
there's the ice stuff, huh?
Yeah. If you're a wizard, you can shoot that same stuff. If there's a new bad guy, these guys are a pain in the butt. Like I hate them. Those enemies are my least, my most hated enemies in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of how I want to do this.
I don't know how you want to do it.
Where is he?
The gun is blazing, and maybe you killed him. Maybe you bored him to death.
Whoa!
That thing's weird.
This staff?
Yeah, like...
Whoa, what the hell did he come from?
Came from hell? Man, he likes shooting shit.
One thing I hate about the Barbarian is that you can't, it seems like it's impossible to get by this part if you're the Barbarian, because you have nothing that can fight these guys, and they turn you into ice before you even get there.
You're saying they got nothing going for them. Dan, let me ask you this question. If you were a lady, which of the 3 characters would you probably go out with first?
I don't know. I don't know enough about their...
Just solely based on looks, Dan.
I guess I'd go out with the Barbarian, because you can't really...
See, you're all you're about is looking.
But you can't see the other 2. They're all covered up. So like, how could you even judge them based on looks?
But you're not gonna go out with a guy and his name is the Wizard because he's smart.
I don't think I would ever go out with a guy whose name was the Wizard.
Oh, of course, because he didn't give you his name yet, Dan.
What?
Do you really want to delete the save game in Ruination 7. He didn't give you his name, Dan. That's the thing. I mean, you're just looking at this one guy and calling him the big buff dude, and it's like, that's not fair to the other two guys.
I don't think you're being fair to me by giving me this question that I can't answer without judging based on looks.
Well, you figured, Dan, maybe you weren't looking for just solely looks. Maybe you were going for
Pete, I'm shallow.
Yeah, alright then. Fine. I'm just wondering, Dan. I'm just wondering. Personally, I would probably pick the cleric because, again, I like capes too. I don't know if I'd go for someone. He might be too smarter than me. You know what I mean? You don't want that.
Not wizard. He's probably like the nerd of medieval times.
Yeah, it's like, you know, you don't really need that at this moment.
Ooh, pardon me while I cast the spell of summoning.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know if I'd want to hang out with a guy like that, but then I don't know if I want to hang out with a guy like the gladiator or whatever his name is, because he's probably like, look at my muscles. Like, you know, he'd be kind of dumb, man.
Yeah, probably.
Think of him like the football
He'd be like the
jock.
frat boy of.
Yeah, like the football jock. You're thinking.
I hate these guys.
They almost froze you to death.
I know. I even practically used up all my health.
So but then again, the cleric. If I see someone named the cleric, Dan, I'd be like, I wonder how much attachment do they have to this whole worshiping of the god and all that.
Yeah.
Maybe I would end up.
He'd be like the Jesus freak of medieval.
Maybe
alternate dimension times.
Maybe I would end up having to go out with the wizard. And his name is the wizard, you know what I mean?
Nobody beats the whiz.
No one beats the whiz, that is true. It's very true, Dan.
Yep.
You got a lot of ice going on here, huh?
Yeah.
How come you didn't go through that warpy warp?
Because I think I want to go look around in some other place first and do some stuff.
Okay, so what the hell are we doing?
We're trying to go into each of these portals and, like, solve the puzzle.
Oh, I'm kind of like Scooby-Doo.
Or Wheel of Fortune.
Oh yeah, Wheel of Fortune, I remember that.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Did I get the flame key yet?
I don't know, but our friend Rob always wanted to be on Wheel of Fortune.
I thought he always wanted to be on Jeopardy.
That too. But I think he would wreck Wheel of Fortune, like he would destroy that.
Well,
I think
if you're trying not to go on Jeopardy, clearly you can beat the shit out of Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, you only get to be on Wheel of Fortune once, right?
Really?
Yeah, I mean, they don't have a returning champ, do they? I know Jeopardy's the one where they do that.
Oh. I think I meant to go in here. Oh, okay, let's go in here.
Ken, you know what you're doing.
No.
Ken, how many test runs did you go through to do this?
A million?
Nice. You only know how to get to it.
Well, there are just a lot of things you can do, and it's like, what order do I do these things in again?
Yeah, I bet you can't remember.
I can't remember my own name half the time.
Yeah.
I need some of that ginkgo biloba.
I think what you need Dan, is probably some sort of way to remember what your name is.
I could get a notepad.
No, I was thinking you just write your name on your underpants.
I do, Pete, but like usually when I reference that information, I have to take my pants off, and sometimes I need to remember things, and I'm in a like a pants situation where I can't. It's like you can't just take off your pants at church.
Yeah.
Or
yeah, like when. Yeah, like.
Oh, yeah,
you're
right.
A priest. Yeah, true, very true. Anyways, Dan, I think this is a great time to stop the episode and continue on in the next episode. Don't you think, Dan?
All right.
All right. So we'll be back. More Hexen, the Hexen Valdez, in the next episode.
Yeah.
Bye bye.